Hey everyone, are you feeling stressed and overwhelmed, overburdened? Is it a struggle to get those things that you want to get done every day done? Well, you're not alone. Most leaders that I begin working with and coaching are in the same situation. It's hard to manage their time. It's hard to focus on the priorities. And why is that? It's because we have so much noise, so much going on day to day, so much reactive behavior and firefighting. And how do we get out of that? Well, the first step for me is really about defining what the roles and the responsibilities are. And we do that through establishing leader standard work. So leader standard work is really no more than a simple checklist. It's really a distillation of your position description, and we're clearly defining your role and responsibility on a daily basis through a checklist. Now that checklist is the key things that we must do every day. So it really gives us a guide, it gives us a true north, and it ensures that we're very clear on what our priorities are. So anything that's not more important than anything on that checklist just falls by the wayside because it's a should do or a nice to do, not a must do. So that leader standard work document at each level of our leadership and our management structure, everybody should have something to keep them on track that's aligned with our tactical and our strategic objectives. So it keeps everybody lined up on the same page and we're all pulling in the same direction. Now, leader standard work, like I said, is a checklist to ensure we go home at the end of the day knowing that our key priorities have been done, and it helps us manage our time. But it also works as an exposure tool. So that exposure starts to highlight all the noise, all the low value and wasteful activity, all the distraction, all of those things that are pulling on our time that we often don't highlight because we're just stuck in I'm too busy in that land of constant firefighting and reactive behavior. So that exposure tool helps us, like any other standard, to ask why, and then we're in a position to start to work through those. And whether it's creating some boundaries or whether it's some problem solving around that, it really clarifies what else is going on in the environment. Because just because you're busy doesn't mean to say you're adding value or prioritizing your time on the right things. So leader standard work is a great tool to start with, and it helps to keep us on track, and it helps to also expose a lot of those wasteful activities that are going on day to day. Thanks for your time.